Hello, everybody. Hope you are having a good one. I'm going to flip over the screen here a little bit and we'll give this a go. There you go. Okay. Hope you are having a good one. We're having a good one. And, well, actually, kind of suffering from allergies. Yeah, sucks. It's, man, I never had an allergy until I moved to Oklahoma 45 years ago. Trust me. Okay, a lot going on. Some of it big news, some of it meh, not so much. People are just looking for stories. It happens. It happens in my business a lot, unfortunately. Let me click the right thingies here. There we go. There we go. Okay, so here's what's going on. The very latest with Gonzaga. Talked to a Big 12 pretty inside source, tells me it's more Gonzaga than anything else. Gonzaga, and I watched a couple just to kind of catch up, see who's out there from Gonzaga that might be good, might be good to know, that kind of stuff. Anyway, Gonzaga right now it's all Gonzaga. It's not Big 12 talk. Now, not saying that the Big 12 doesn't want Gonzaga. I think they do, but I think there's negotiations going on. They just don't have the money to pay them. And so Gonzaga would have to, if they want to. I get the feeling that Gonzaga kind of likes the WCC that they're in because, I mean, it's a long season. Gonzaga is a little different, okay? Like the Big 12, they'll play some good teams in the non-conference. Obviously, Kansas always does. They'll play Duke, Michigan State, North Carolina, whoever. But the big change for Gonzaga is they play everybody tough. Like they have a brutal first 15 games. Then they get in conference, and it's a cakewalk, right? It is. And some of them will tell you that, it prepares us. The WCC prepares us for the NCAA tournament. No, I don't really think it does because you're not playing good teams. Not some good teams, yeah, but not like a Big 12 gauntlet or ACC, Big 10, whoever. I don't really want to mention the SEC because they've pretty much been a one horse team conference. I mean, it's Kentucky, right? Who else? I'm trying to think. When's the last time an SEC team? Well, South Carolina with Frank Martin, but when's the last time they've had a Final Four team even? The SEC is definitely not a basketball conference. So Gonzaga, being a basketball school, which they truly are, you would think they would jump to get in the Big 12. Not only because, they have one program, right? They have basketball. They don't have football. They have one program that really everybody's into. So, sorry, my nose is a little whatever because sinuses, allergies killing me today. I haven't thought about not doing a show today, folks. I'm not lying. Hey, I want to tell you about our great sponsors, as we always do. And then we've got some more big news, so don't go anywhere. Of course, Treasure Investment Corporation, we have Michael Shepard on, Uncle Michael, every Monday. And, man, I'm telling you what, they've got some impressive stuff. Go to our website or go to our social media and look up Treasure Investment Corporation. Pretty amazing, the artwork they do. And basically a 2-for-1 deal. You can get two pieces of artwork and you can put one in your office, one at home, your foyer. Very impressive. They've got some like horses and things like that, artwork that's just unbelievable, and bowls and everything. Karen Johnson, of course, Insignia right there. And of course, she put together, her company has put together our Greg's Gear site, which let's see, is it backwards? Yeah, there you go. There you go, right there, right there. Greg's Gear. Go to Greg's Gear. Karen will help you out. Scott Hammer, of course, Cruise Planners are the official travel consultant of Greg Swaim Sports. Helping Hands, Ray of Sunshine, Mark and Cindy Welch, for those folks that mom and dad that, they can't stay by themselves anymore, need a little help, checking in on them, making dinners, light housekeeping, that type of thing. And, of course, DoorDash and Wendy's are corporate sponsors. We appreciate all them on the Greg Swaim Show, and apologize for those of you who don't like to see me rub my nose all day, but unavoidable. I'm sorry. It's better than the alternative, right? Okay. Jump in on the chat, and you will be in the, let's see, I got all these hats here. Nice, nice, nice. I'll put them all up here. Karen sent them to us. All insignia caps. Very, very, very nice. Ooh, that's a nice one. So let's see. I'm not giving up the one I'm wearing. I love this one. Now, here's one I really like, too. This is nice. And insignia. We've got koozies. We've got tees. We've got, here's another hat. Very, very cool. We'll give away two insignia caps today, courtesy of our good friend Karen Johnson with insignia, and of course Greg's Gear. She handles all that. So you have to chat though. Okay, we've already given a bunch of stuff away: hats, gear, shirts, whatever. We've given that away to people who've subscribed, and it's free and it's all that, But we will give you a free hat. We're going to give away 2 today, 2 tomorrow, and 2 on Thursday for new chatters. You old chatters, nothing against you. I'll get you some stuff. I promise you will be in the running for some other gear. But this is for new subscribers because you have to subscribe to chat, right? So I know you're a subscriber if you chat. So go ahead and subscribe, chat. Once you chat, you're in the running. And like I said, we're going to give away 2 today, 2 tomorrow, and 2 Thursday. So your odds of winning are really, really good. And we'll get that to you. Okay, back to Gonzaga. Interesting, because I think it's more Gonzaga and maybe even more their media than Gonzaga themselves. But we will stay on that story. Of course, you can always stay with us and follow us at G Swaim. Making sure I've got this chat deal going right. Okay. Who is the leader on the, man, I took some Claritin D, folks. Sorry, I'm getting off the subject here. Took some Claritin D, which makes your nose run, but the reason it's running is because you're not going to get backed up in your sinuses. I hope I'm not grossing anybody out more than I normally do. Just by being here, but it feels better. Not as much pressure, but your nose is constantly running. Your eyes are watering as well. So anyway, it is what it is. I don't think if Gonzaga gets an invite and comes, it won't be this year. I'm gonna die on that hill right now. I'm sticking to that one. Okay, the other thing, Clemson and FSU. Still a story, still going on. And everybody's, well, why didn't it happen yesterday, Swaim? You keep talking about it. Why didn't it happen? Hey, how long did it take the freaking Pac-12 to dissolve? We told you that was going to happen. Hey, Cougar Tracks, appreciate it, my man. Saw you over on Money's show. So you're making rounds today. We appreciate all that. Yeah, BYU going to get it done. I tell you, BYU. The 4 new teams, like BYU is definitely the best. Not even close. And I expect them to have a say in the national championship of the Big 12. Who plays that? Because they will get OU at night in Provo. I'm calling that upset right now. I have seen Texas, OU, and other schools go to Provo late night. Not easy. Not easy. Join us on chat. Win a hat. Hey, I just made that up. Okay, I'm going to show you the hats again. Okay, and you'll have your pick. Insignia, Insignia, Insignia. One of our newest sponsors. Appreciate it. I've got 6 hats here. 6, count them, 6. So we're getting what, 2 today, 2 tomorrow, 2 Thursday, and of course Friday we will give our picks, and 82% are personal picks. We take 3 a week, so not shabby. Lucky, maybe a little bit of knowledge here and there. Okay, on the FSU, Florida State, Clemson deal, they're together. Somehow with UNC and maybe 4 to 5 others that are very interesting out, because it's not like the Pac-12, they could have lived off what they're making, right? They definitely could have, but they wanted to get more. They were greedy. I don't really think, and I know other ACC schools say, well, FSU and Clemson are being greedy. No, they're just trying to make anywhere near what the SEC and the Big 12 or 10 are making, because they're making less than half that now. And if you can't make what your competitors are making, and you're not even close, then you're eventually going to drop out of it. So it's an existential crisis for FSU. Clemson, they really don't have a choice. And that's why I'm sure as I can be, they'll get out in the next 3 years, if not sooner. And where will they go? Where will everybody go? Well, a couple of schools like those two, North Carolina, possibly Virginia, a few others. They'll have choices between the SEC and the Pac, or the SEC and the Big Ten. What will happen after those schools are taken? There's the Big 12 waiting, right? Because there's no Pac-12 anymore. The Big 12 is just waiting. Are there 4 schools left that make sense? Yeah, grab them up. Virginia Tech, Louisville. Trying to think. Had everybody in mind the other day, and now I'm kind of losing it. But we've talked about these 4 schools before, and of course on Twitter you can join us 24/7 at GSlame. Okay, get some questions, comments in there. We'd love to have them. Sorry if my nose is running. You'll consistently probably see me rubbing my nose here today. I'm sorry. It is. It'll be a short show anyway, but because we have no guests today, we obviously have some coming up. Going to have Jason Watkins on later this week. He is on our network, and he's a big Sooner guy. And yeah, Jason and I loved it because I'm an OSU guy, so we love to chit chat back and forth. We're friends, but when we're talking Bedlam, yeah, we're adversaries a little bit. Jason, I love Jason, man. He's great, and you need to watch his show, Hall of Fame College. I think if you type that in, or Jason Watkins, type that in on YouTube, and you'll find his show. I've been on there from time to time, but he's always got an all-star cast. Great job. Cougar Tracks asks, what do you think will happen to Oregon State and Washington State? Well, I don't know. That was our next topic, and I'm glad you brought it up. Cougar Tracks, I think what's going to happen, this lawsuit deal is going to fall apart because there's nobody to sue, right? There's no conference. Who are you going to sue? Now, what they're going to try to do is get access to all the assets, the Pac-12 network, some of that other stuff, the amount of money that teams make for going to the NCAA tournament per conference, to pay out, all that. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think what will happen, and this is like, you held a gun to my head, and I had to predict the future. I said this the other day on Twitter, and those of you who don't follow us on Twitter, please do, because I'm only doing this show like half hour to an hour every day. We're on Twitter 24/7. Man, I wake up at 3, 4 in the morning, sometimes can't sleep. I jump on Twitter. So I'm addicted. I'll admit it. But, we've got like, 76,000 followers. That ain't bad. I wish, my Christmas wish is that all of you who follow us on Twitter, subscribe right here on YouTube. It's free, totally free. And once again, I apologize about my sinuses, but it's a lot better than having them closed up, right? Because then your brain hurts. Like I had a brain in the first place. Okay, Corey Belt says Pitt, North Carolina State, Virginia Tech, and Louisville are the most often predicted. Yes, that's right. I was having a brain fart though, and couldn't tell. You are correct, Corey Belt, and I appreciate that. And yeah, conference realignment isn't dead, but it's kind of, what's the term? Like maybe hibernate's probably not a good term, but it's kind of just laying low for a while, right? Simmering beneath the surface. You can't really see it, but it's going on. It never ends. It's like, what was that album years ago? Rust Never Sleeps. Conference realignment never sleeps. You can jump in on the chat line as well. And like I said, giving away 2 hats today from Insignia, one of our sponsors. And you just have to join us here on the chat. We'd love to have you. Okay. And we'll check the text line too. Greg, are you sure Gonzaga's out? They sure seem to think they're in. Yeah, I is it possible? I mean, there's so many things that go into that. It's not because you're inviting a team that doesn't have football. So you almost need to find at least one other group that doesn't have football. You don't necessarily have to have an even number for basketball like you do football, but because basketball, well, I mean, the ACC has Notre Dame in basketball, right? So they had 15 teams. Now they have 18, but Notre Dame played everything but football in the ACC, and then they had to schedule some ACC games for football. But it's not the same. Not the same at all, really. Because the minor sports, the non-revenue sports, and by the way, Gonzaga has really good baseball. Baseball fans, you would love Gonzaga. They're really good. They're a lot of fun. They came to Oklahoma State a couple years ago and whooped the Cowboys' butts. So it got my attention because Oklahoma State's not too shabby either. And get beat at home like that. Yeah, they had a pitching staff that was pretty darn good. But once again, they're getting invited for basketball, men's basketball. Make no mistake about it. One of our UConn people was asking me, well, why would they be considered over UConn? Well, in this case, because they don't play football actually helps them out. Government wants some basketball-only schools, and I think he's going to poach some. Cougar Tracks. My idea has been in the end it would be 3 conferences of 20 teams in each. Thoughts? I think it'll be more than that. I think the one thing the TV people don't want to do is lose any more Power 5 teams because the difference in money is huge. Oh, gosh. I got to find some better allergy medicine, folks. Oh, I really apologize. Whew. Okay. I'm ready for a nice hard freeze. How about you guys? No, I think it'll be more than that, Cougar Tracks. I think when you think about it now, how many teams do we have in P5 right now? Okay, we just lost 2, theoretically. Nothing officially happened yet. You got about what? On average, roughly 16 to 18 apiece. So in the 4 conferences, yeah, you're gonna have more than 20. You got about 24 apiece, I think. What's going to happen? It'll be interesting to see, though. Great question. Yeah, and we got another texter. UConn fans are pretty ticked off about anything reporting that the Big 12 would take Gonzaga instead of them. But this is where Gonzaga actually has an advantage that they don't have football, right? Connecticut doesn't have much football. If they didn't have football, they're probably already in with Gonzaga as a basketball-only school. But but they're not going to get offered basketball only. Maybe they will, but I don't think so. I think anybody with football is going to get invited as all sports. Anybody without football is going to be pretty much basketball, minor sports only. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens on that. You can jump in as well on the chat line and be in the running to win one of these really cool hats from Insignia, one of our great sponsors. And of course, you can get hold of Karen, and I want to give you a lot of you are on Twitter, 76,000 of you following us, and Karen Johnson from Insignia. She's also the one that does our Greg's Gear site, and Karen Key Largo is her Twitter handle at Karen Key Largo. Of course, Scott Hammer, cruise planners, put together a cruise for all of our listeners. Hope you guys will want to attend that. Treasure Investment Corporation, and of course, gosh, they got some great looking artwork that you can jump in and this is not cheap stuff, folks. This is high end stuff that many dignitaries, politicians, actors have in their homes and in their offices. But you can get a 2-for-1 deal, and quite an investment. Always goes up. It's beautiful artwork. I mean, it's a win-win-win situation. Get hold of the good folks at Treasure Investment Corporation. Let them know you heard about them on the Swaim Show, of course. And of course, Helping Hands, Ray of Sunshine. Mark and Cindy Welch started this company to help out moms, dads, aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas, getting a little older, like yours truly. Might need some help in the home. I mean, if I didn't have Paula, I would definitely need this service already. Somebody come over and clean a little bit, cook a little bit, take care of me, make sure to take my meds. Yeah, I'm getting old. I'm a grandpa. Grandpa's fine, though. And DoorDash and Wendy's, of course, our corporates. We appreciate them. They've been with us a long, long, long time. Hey, that's about going to do it. Tomorrow, I'm hoping we will have a couple of guests. I've contacted them, just waiting on, they may have already texted back, I don't know, but we will have some great guests, and we're staying abreast of conference realignment as always. And oh, by the way, you know, my real job is recruiting service. We've had it since '88. Every college in the country just about takes us at every level, men's, women's, multiple sports. And so we'll be talking more about recruiting as the season's going on. We're getting a little closer. Basketball practice started over the weekend. We'll be talking more basketball and having some basketball coaches and players on as well. Cougar Tracks. I'll head on over to Twitter and join. Appreciate that, Cougar Tracks. We'd love to have you. And I'd love to have y'all. And oh, by the way, subscribe. Hit that like button. And we'll talk to you tomorrow.